example, and Madame New temporarily became the most unpopular public figure in the world by saying, "I would clap my hands at seeing another monk barbecue show." At that time, only 25% of the Vietnamese population was Buddhist. The rest, including Madame New, were predominantly Roman Catholic. The stated reason for the public immolations was persecution of the Buddhists. In actual fact, it was a carefully orchestrated propaganda campaign. Apparently, even some of the monks involved were duped. One failed to follow through when road construction forced him to detour on the way to the selected site, and he saw for himself that a Buddhist shrine he had been told was destroyed was actually still intact. On August 24th, the Kennedy administration, with a telegram from Secretary of State Dean Rusk to Ambassador Lodge, set in motion the chain of events which culminated in the assassination of President Diem on November 2nd. No substitute leader of any stature, or even similar capability, was available to take his place, nor had the Kennedy administration given any apparent thought to the problem of succession. A period of chaos in the Saigon government followed. The next president lasted only 3 months, and succeeding rulers didn't fare much better. By December 31st, 1963, the United States had officially lost 120 killed in action and 492 wounded in action. Our total military strength in-country was 16,300. The following are excerpts from a brochure distributed to visitors at Hurlburt Field, Florida, between 1962 and 1965. United States Air Force, Special Air Warfare Center. To provide the United States Air Force with increased counterinsurgency capability, Chief of Staff General Curtis E. LeMay, on 27 April 1962, announced the establishment at Eglin Air Force Base, Florida, of the United States Air Force Special Air Warfare Center, under the Tactical Air Command. He named as its commander Brigadier General Gilbert L. Pritchard, former commander of the New York Air Defense Sector at McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. Under the center, 2 new operational organizations were established. The 1st Combat Applications Group, commanded by Colonel Benjamin H. King, and the 1st Air Commando Group, with Colonel Chester A. Jack as commander. Members of the 1st Air Commando Group are trained to instruct Allied air crews in all phases of airborne operations against insurgent forces. They are ready to deploy rapidly to any of the world's hotspots to perform that mission. The training includes low-level drop techniques for both personnel and cargo, close air support, deployment to areas of actual or suspected guerrilla movement. There are detachments of commandos in South Vietnam and the Panama Canal Zone, providing this vital training for friendly foreign air crews today. Members of the 1st Air Commando Group are volunteers for this extra hazardous duty. After an intensive selection process, they go to Stead Air Force Base, Nevada, where they learn survival techniques and are exposed to simulated communist interrogation. Each man becomes skilled in the use of small arms and hand-to-hand combat. Many receive U.S. Army parachute training. There are 3 squadrons in the 1st Air Commando Group. The 6th Fighter Squadron, Commando, uses the T-28 and B-26. The 319th Troop Carrier Squadron, Commando, with the C-46, C-47, and U-10A aircraft, and the 1st Air Material Squadron, Commando. The Special Air Warfare Center and the Air Commandos come from a colorful page of the history of military aviation. The 1st Air Commando Group dates back to World War II. The unit, organized in early 1944,